Good morning, everybody. How are you? It's me, bright and cheerful. Yeah. Anyhow, you know, I wonder how many people the sale of antidepressants is doing since Trump became president. You know, just in Congress alone, they must be spending millions of dollars on antidepressants. God, he is one bad man. I keep looking for something good to say about him, and I can't find it. And when he does do something good, he has an ulterior motive in it somehow or another, or he turns it into something that it isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just really horrendous. I don't know what we're going to do with him. Anyhow, moving along as I am, I'm really not sure how the people are dealing with the snow. I don't check the weather up there anymore. I just look at. We had a storm come through here last night. We're not sure if it was hail or just seriously heavy rain, but all the windows in the place facing, I guess facing north, were really rattling around, man. It was really a hard storm. Haven't had one of those in quite a while. It only lasted about 5 minutes, but in that 5 minutes we probably got 2 inches of rain. I mean, that's how it rains down here. It's horrendous. It's like sheets of water, you know. It's not like drops. It's sheets of water. But this one was very noisy. Those pellets were very hard, so I'm not sure what's going on with that one. We will wait to find out. If somebody has any information, please tell me. Of course, you have to live in Colombia to be able to do that. But, you know, hey, if you're living down here, you're living the good life, folks. You're living the good life. Right. Okay. Continuing along. What's going on in here? Okay. You know, some comment made by Trump yesterday. The people come back on and the commentators go, he's insulting the intelligence of every American. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Because the fact that he's there and nobody's jumping up and down really, and then the politicians are just saying, "Oh, we'll get him later," you know. I don't know how intelligent we are. I think he should never have gotten to the point where he is now. If we were truly intelligent, we never would have elected this scumbag. If we ever really were, if Americans were really truly intelligent. And what it is the truly intelligent, or so the so-called rich, aren't really that intelligent, but they're greedy, and Trump fed their greed, so that's why he's president. Disgusting, isn't it? ICE. I have no what that says. ICE is going to the Olympics. They're working with Homeland Security, and I forget the town they were in. But they're over in Italy. And Italy's not too happy about that. These are immigration officers. I don't know what to tell you. These are masked hoods. You know, machine gun. As Italy called one of the politicians in Italy called them masked machine gun carrying hoods. You know. They already got that. They got the Sicilian mafia over there. They don't need these guys over there. You know? I don't know what they're planning on doing. They're there to intimidate Americans from, telling the truth. The reporters, everything. That's what they're there for. They have people like that at every Olympics, only this time they sent ICE agents specifically. Because they're so well trained at handling people, you know. Hey, you, bang, that's it. Next. God, that's just stupid shit. And then, what's next? Oh, this I didn't know about. Tulsi Gabbard, who is the head of the Intelligence Committee, you know, all the intelligence agencies, supposedly. I thought she was a nice lady. She used to be a Democrat. I don't know if she still is or not. But anyhow, I found out that when the raid on Maduro's uh, headquarters happened, and when they captured him, she was on vacation in Hawaii. Apparently, she's not invited to sit in on these intelligence briefings, which, of course, in the Trump administration, intelligence is a moxioron. Moximoron, is that right? Oxymoron, sorry. Oxymoron. And it's just crazy, you know. I mean, she's. I don't think she's involved. I don't think she should be there. I think you should get. But the problem is finding somebody that will actually do the job and not hide stuff from us. Because I think that's what she's doing. I think she's hiding information, and that's why she's not there. Because if she's not there, she hides the information. Because then they hide it. They says, well, you know, we got to talk to the intelligence chief, and she doesn't know jack shit about what's going on. It's just like Trump. Trump never ever. It's video show when he's in the cabinet meetings, and every morning they get an intelligence briefing. You know, all presidents get that, and it's been an established fact that Trump never read one of them. He gave them to somebody else to read, and then they either told him what was in it or something else, you know, because he doesn't read. I don't know whether his eyes are so bad. That's why he doesn't use a teleprompter, because his eyes are so bad he can't see. That's why he signs his name like this, you know. I don't think he can see. I know he doesn't listen, you know. I mean, he has that selective hearing like my dog, you know. Lucy will hear what she wants to hear. You know, if you say, let's go out, she's just sitting next to you. I'm waiting for her to show up any second now. But if you tell her to sit and come over here, she's not doing it, you know. She has selective hearing. She acts like she doesn't hear you. She doesn't give you the look like, what are you saying? No, she just gives you the look like, screw you, you know. Well, that's Trump. He doesn't listen to anything. He's never been a reader. So I don't think, you know, it's necessary for him to read contracts, and it's necessary for him to study contracts when he was in college, and I don't think he ever did. I think if you put a contract in front of him, a standard business contract in front of him, including all the fine print and everything like that, and said, go through that and tell me what this section here says, and read me that section and read me that section, I don't think he can do it. I think he's a functional illiterate. The most famous one that I knew about before this was a Washington Redskin all-pro tackle that graduated college and couldn't read, and that's what they call a functional illiterate. But he could play football. I don't know how you don't read the playbook. Well, those are pictures. I guess he could read pictures. So that's what they probably do with Trump. You know, Trump could read comic books, but I don't think he could read anything else. He has, through verbal conversations, memorized McDonald's menu. So if they ever change it, he's screwed. You know, somebody should tell him that you know, this is what you want, you know, and it's really not. It's like, you know, sardine sandwich or something like that. That's that. Yeah, we'll get that for you, no problem. Call the order in, because he doesn't call the orders, and he doesn't do anything. He's waited on hand and foot, you know, and that's disgusting, because he's a simple-minded prick who has no ability to think, none whatsoever. He's never had a great idea in his life. He's stolen quite a few of them, but you know, most of those billionaires have done that. Bill Gates did it. What's his name from Apple did it. It's done all the time. It's done on a daily basis. You know, you got some guys out there. You got money, and there's guys out there that got these brilliant ideas. You know, and they steal it. That's the, what's his name, the bald-headed guy from the show Shark Tank. Uh, Nobody likes this guy. He's on CNN as a commentator on the round table. I just can't remember his name offhand, but I like Mark Cuban, and he's not really trying to take advantage of people. He's trying to make money, but not take advantage of people. And this guy's out there to try and screw everybody. And you know, some of his pride, but he doesn't care if you don't make money. He writes you off. You're gone. It's like the mafia. He takes these people, builds their companies up, and then destroys them. If he can't get control of them, he destroys them. But anyhow, I digress. What's next? We talked about Tulsi Gabbard, and then you got Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem, if that's how you pronounce her last name, appears to be on the outs with the boys. She's not present in some of the news conferences. They don't like what's going on and what she's been saying up in Minneapolis. She's a PR nightmare, a walking PR nightmare. You know, I don't think there's a smart female. I'm trying to think of who this is. Well, Bondi's intelligent, but she's a what do you want me to say? He goes, Trump's got his hand up her ass. At least I think it's her ass. And then you have Kristi Noem, Tulsi Gabbard. I'm surprised that Tulsi Gabbard just spending our money, I think, you know, because I just don't understand that at all. I really don't. I always thought that was the one good person in the group, and it's not. When you read some of the stuff she said in the past and whatnot, I just didn't pay enough attention to her, I guess, you know. You have a tendency to do that as you go down the line in the cabinet appointments and everything. I just read where somebody figured out how to get a Democrat in as president. You have to first gain control of the Congress, Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House becomes a Democrat. Then you go out and you impeach Trump and J.D. Vance, and you can get a Democrat as president for 2 years or whatever, you know. I don't know whether that's a great idea or not, because I don't think you can impeach both of those clowns. They have so much money behind them that they could buy the government if they wanted to. They could pay off the national debt and just walk away with the country, you know. It's just, that's where that's where the saying, you know, money talks, bullshit walks, and the other one is that the root of all evil is money. Because money brings power. Power is the root of all evil. I don't care how you cut it. People don't know how to deal with this shit. So that's, you know, where we sit. Hey, guess what? The only football this weekend is a flag football game or something like that, I guess. Yeah. Anybody interested in that? I'm not. It's just a day off, man. I can get a lot accomplished. I have nothing to do this Sunday right now. Of course, somebody will come along and screw it up. But right now I have nothing to do whatsoever, you know. And I hope it stays that way, because I got a couple of things I'd like to do. If it looks like it's going to get screwed up, I might just cancel my Saturday day and take the whole weekend off, because there's no football to speak of, you know. And the following weekend we got the big game. Super Bowl Sunday. I have to make some phone calls today and see who's showing up, so I can do my shopping in the next week or two. Figure my menu out. Everybody says, "Oh, you get to see, you get to party." It's work for me, really, But I enjoy it. I have a good time, and hopefully it'll be a good game. You know, I love the Patriots. I think they're a great team, but I got a thing with this Seattle team. Now remember, look at this quarterback. This is an ex-Jet quarterback that was so bad he was just cut, let go, bounced around, ended up in Minnesota, got Minnesota to the playoffs, and then they didn't renew his contract. So he signs with Seattle, and the next thing you know, he's back. He's back. He's headed for the Super Bowl. He's an individual that's amazing, and then you got Drake May, who's just a second-year, 23-year-old kid headed for the Super Bowl. Everybody's calling him the next Tom Brady. Well, he's got the same offensive coordinator that Brady had when he came in, and it's another one of these instances. If he goes, they've got a problem, and he knows it. He's not a head coach, but he's an unbelievable offensive coordinator. But after his last head coaching experience, nobody's really looking at him. I don't think. You know, Maybe they think he'll be a successor to what's his name now in New England, but I don't think so. You know. And notice how the names. What the hell was the name of the coach? New England's coach that got all those Super Bowl wins and everything, came out of the Giants organization and whatnot. But Parcells won a Super Bowl. He's a legend, but nobody's talking about him anymore. He's on TV for the Super Bowl, I think, or whatever. But nobody's talking to him anymore because they got this new guy. Crable's out there doing a spectacular job, and you got Drake May. So who needs Tom Brady? Fame is a very, very fleeting thing, folks. It surprises me all the time. Look at me. The first time when I started doing live videos, I had a lot of people watching me. I had 100 people one day watching live videos. Now I got one guy, my friend Jim. He watches my video every day. What live video is it? The one that comes on after this. But you have to watch this in order to know there's a live video coming on. Or you have to subscribe to me and they send you notifications whenever I go live. That's what you need to do. You need to subscribe to me. All right? Then you'll find out everything I'm doing when I'm doing it. You'll be able to read my death notice too. So when I finally pass away. All right, so listen up. That's it for the day, guys. All right? I'll be back in a little while with a video, 15, 20 minutes or whatnot. Probably closer to 11:30. Depends how long it takes me to load it. Because like yesterday, the streaming service was shut down for a while, so I had a delay there. So, all right? Anyhow, take care. Hit the subscription button and the like button. And, hey, say something. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.